Happy Mardi Gras, my non-existent viewers. I am wearing my New Orleans shirt on this lovely Fat Tuesday. This is part 2 of a mini-series of videos I'm doing in honor of Pokemon's 26th anniversary this past Sunday. Last night I made a video listing off my top 5 favorite grass, fire, and water type Pokemon, and today we're going to cover 3 more types. Here are my top 5 favorite normal, electric, and flying type Pokemon. And just a brief refresher on the little rules for the series. I'm excluding legendaries, Mega Evolutions, Altered Forms, though I did take Mega Evolutions and Altered Forms into consideration as for dual types. If it already appeared on one of my other lists, you're not going to see it again. It's only just for diversity's sake. So since I put Charizard on my list of favorite fire types yesterday, you're not going to see Charizard on my list of favorite flying types. Without further ado, let's begin. Number 5 on the list of favorite normal types, I have Bibarel. Out of all the obligatory normal type rodent Pokemon that you see in every early game of nearly every Pokemon game there is, Bidoof and Bibarel are my favorites. I've been playing a lot of Shining Pearl lately, and I caught a Bibarel because Bibarel is the go-to HM master. I think it can learn almost every in the Gen 4 days before they made it, so you can't you don't need to use teacher Pokemon HMs anymore. Bibarel could learn almost every HM, I think, except Fly, obviously, and Defog, if I remember correct. And I caught Bibarel, named her Beth my Shining Pearl game, and now she's level 72 because I always drag her around in the Grand Underground and just around the lake, because Bibarel is a great Pokemon to use just for catching Pokemon, not so much for battling, but just for catching Pokemon, because it can learn Super Fang and Yawn. So whenever I come across a Pokemon that I haven't caught, I'm ooh, Beth, go! I just spam it with Super Fang to cut its HP in half so I don't kill it, and then I use Yawn, put it to sleep, then I throw Pokeballs at it. I've caught legendaries with my Bibarel, guys, and yet it's level 72 because of that, so thanks, XP Share. My 4th favorite normal type is Slacking. Slacking is just the quintessential Giga Impact Pokemon. Its ability, Slack Off, whatever it's called, where it's too lazy to move every other turn. He's basically a Chisley, the Chad to Snorlax's Virgin, because they're both notorious for just being super lazy, but Slacking is just has a super highly physical attack. It evolves from Slack Off, which is a very cute design, and yeah, it's I think if my memory is correct, it has one of the highest, not the highest physical attack out of all the normal type Pokemon. My 3rd favorite normal type is Castform, and the whole weather themed Pokemon I think is really great because you can turn into a fire type with when you use Sunny Day, or a water type with its Rain Dance, or turn into an ice type with Hail. I saw this online the other day and I could not agree more. Game Freak did not give it a rock type for if it uses Sandstorm. With the announcement of Gen 9, recently with the 9th region coming later this year, they should seriously introduce a rock type altered form of Castform whenever you use Sandstorm. I would so be on board with that. And my 2nd favorite normal type, it's Eevee. Eevee's just so cute. Admit it, you would love this. If you could have any Pokemon as a pet in real life, I'm pretty sure most of us would say Eevee, because he's Eevee! He's a little fluff ball with legs. And I'd love to introduce it to my roommate's dogs, even though they'd probably chase it around the house. But yeah, Eevee's just the evolutions, the evolutions are some of my favorite Pokemon in the entire games, and I really, really hope that Game Freak didn't just forget about new evolutions for good, because there's so much more potential that Eevee has. Imagine a bug type evolution named Scorpion, or a fighting type evolution named Champion, or a dragon type evolution named Commodion, based on the Komodo dragon. There's just so much potential for Eevee that they haven't touched base on yet, and I really hope they do so in future installments. And lastly, my all-time favorite normal type Pokemon is Snorlax. This is a Gen 1 nostalgia thing, because it was the obstacle in the Kanto region, and I've used Snorlax in quite a few of my Pokemon playthroughs. I used it in Soul Silver, I used it in Y, I used it in Moon. I love, especially in Moon, there's a whole special event Munchlax that I got, and the Munchlax had the Z move. I completely adore Snorlax's Z move. I still prefer Mega Evolutions over Z moves. I hope Game Freak can go back to Mega Evolutions at some point, but I love Pulverizing Pancake, the Z move, with the Giga Impact just turns into Snorlax just sprinting he's running a marathon, and just completely flops all over the enemy, just the memes. It's just glorious. And who wouldn't want to hug a Snorlax, because he's so big and fat and funny, but he's the gentle giant, he's cool with children bouncing on his belly, and I would love to just like just blah, 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 on a Snorlax. Moving on to my list of favorite electric types, this was not easy for me to make because I always knew what my favorite electric type of all time was, but electric types are in my top 5 favorite types of all time. I'd say my 5 favorite types, no particular order, it's a 5-way tie honestly between electric types, dark types, dragon types, fire types, and fighting types. So as you can guess, this is not easy for me to make, but alas, I had to do the rankings anyway. So my 5th favorite electric type is Electros because it has a really awesome design. You know, it's like an electric eel, which by the way, electric eels aren't actually like legitimate eels, they're just, you know, they're fish, but like, it floats, it has the ability to levitate, so it has no weakness. For a long time when I was a kid, I always wanted to see an electric type with, like, a pure electric type with the ability to levitate, so like, we'd have no weaknesses, and Gen 5 gave us that. My 4th favorite electric type is Luxray, because Shinxes are really common in the early like stages of Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, so they're very easy to get, and it has a very high physical attack, and I just love its design. It's like a thunder lion or wolf or tiger or whatever the heck this thing is. It's just like a big thunderous beast. I have a Luxray in my Shining Pearl right now, and I can't wait to use it in Elite Four. My 3rd favorite electric type is Rotom. Like I said, I didn't like put any altered forms of various Pokemon and on my lists, but I love how like customizable Rotom is. It can be like, it doesn't need to be a dual ghost type, it can be a dual water type, dual electric type, dual grass type, or dual fire type, dual flying type, dual ice type. So many altered forms. I know people people find the whole Rotom dex in the Alola games annoying. I thought he was cute personally, and yeah, I love the heck out of Rotom in Platinum. I used Rotom against the Elite Four way back in the Platinum days, and then when I wanted to just like play through Soul Silver, I had 2 DSs. I traded with myself. I brought my Rotom and my Glaceon over into my Soul Silver game and used them there extensively. And yeah, just Rotom's just it's so creepy as well. The old Chateau, the old Chateau, like when you come across and you see ghosts in there. 23 years old, that place still gives me the creeps to this day. My 2nd favorite electric type is Pikachu, solely because he's the face of Pokemon and has shaped pop culture so much. Like, I think you'd be, like, deaf if you've never heard of Pikachu before. Like, even the most, like, unfamiliar person with Pokemon still knows who Pikachu is. He's basically Japanese Mickey Mouse, and he's so cute in the games and the anime. And of course, when Ryan Reynolds voiced him in Detective Pikachu, just, oh, like, who wouldn't want to hug this baby? Like, I actually got a Pichu in my Shining Pearl playthrough with, because Pikachu only in the Sinnoh region before National Dex at least, only appears in a trophy garden, and there's a 5% chance that Pikachu will hold a light ball. It takes a lot of time, luck, and patience to find like to catch a Pikachu that has a light bulb. When you do, you can breed it with another Pikachu or something like that, and the Pichu will know Volt Tackle, and I have now a Pikachu with the move Volt Tackle, its signature move. I named him Zeus after an Alaskan Malamute that I work with a lot at Dogtopia, because I've been naming most of my Pokemon after like dogs I've worked with. And yeah, it's like, I think Zeus is a fitting name for a Pikachu, but seriously, of all the thunder gods you can name your dog after, everyone just chooses Zeus. But that's a tangent for another night. My all-time favorite electric-type Pokemon is Ampharos. And Ampharos is like, if you asked me what my favorite Pokemon was when I was like 7 or 8, like when I was a kid, I would say Ampharos. Like I said, I adored electric types. Ampharos made me fall in love with electric types. Like, my sister and I would play a Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness on the Nintendo GameCube, and that's set in the Ore region where you catch a Shadow Pokemon, and I caught an Ampharos from like one of the enemies, like a Shadow Ampharos, and like I named him Lemons because he's yellow and it's like electric, and yeah, I just like love using Thunder Punch. He knows a very wide range of attacks, from Thunder to Power Gem to Signal Beam. Like, just so many attacks, and I think Ampharos has the highest, if not the highest, special attack of all the non-legendary, like, electric types. And of course, when they give him Mega Evolution in Gen 6, it's just like, yes, just Mega Ampharos is such a meme. Just give him, like, 70s or 80s, like, hair metal hair, and now he's a dragon. Just excellence. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Alright, moving on to my list of favorite flying types. This was probably the hardest list for me to make because most flying types, there aren't that many like pure flying types. They always pair with another type. I think most flying type Pokemon are known for like the dual typing that they were paired with. So I actually, like, when I was going through my Google Docs, piecing together all my lists, I saved flying for last, because I kind of want to go by process of elimination. Like I said, if there's a Pokemon you're going to see on my flying type list, you're not going to see it on my other lists that are coming soon. But anyways, my 5th favorite flying type Pokemon is Noivern. I use Noivern in my Ultra Sun playthrough, and I love its design, I love its dual dragon type, and like I said, dragon types are one of my favorite types. It's a dragon bat that, like, produces emits really high frequency sound waves. Like, oh, that's a legendary pictures. Make this happen. Make like a kaiju for the monster versus like a giant dragon bat that emits like sound waves from its ears that like shatter people's eardrums or something. My 4th favorite flying type is Toucannon, and I love Toucannon in my playthrough of Pokemon Moon. Of all the obligatory normal flying bird Pokemon that you come across in like every Pokemon game, Toucannon is one of my favorites. We'll get to my all-time favorite later. And Toucannon, I just love its move Beak Blast. You know, like when it charges up and if your enemy hits you with a physical attack, it gets burned, like in the process. And you, again, out of all the birds you can base a Pokemon off of, a toucan for a Hawaiian, like, tropical setting for Alola just fits so perfectly. My 3rd favorite flying type is Aerodactyl. I have lived and breathed all things prehistoric ever since I was a little kid, and obviously when I was younger, I loved fossil Pokemon. I still love fossil Pokemon to this day, and Aerodactyl is just like, who doesn't love a good Pterodactyl, guys? They're basically like, they're the closest thing we ever had to dragons in this world, just minus the magic and fire breath. My 2nd favorite flying type is Staraptor. Yep, out of all the, like, the mandatory, like, you know, bird normal flying types, Staraptor is my favorite. He has a very high physical attack, and he can, as soon as he evolves, he enters close combat, which is excellent because it counters its weakness, both the ice and rock types. And I just love his design, Staraptor. That name is just so, very intimidating and badass. And even it has, like, not emo hair because it's a bird, emo feathers, like, in its face, like, it's not a face, mother. And lastly, my all-time favorite flying type Pokemon is Togekiss. I was really tempted to put this on my list of favorite fairy types, but since it didn't start off as a fairy type, I decided to, like, save another Pokemon for my favorite fairy type, which we'll get to when we'll cross the bridge when we get there. Yeah, Togekiss, you can actually catch a Togepi prior to post-game in Shining Pearl in the Grand Underground. It takes luck, patience, and time. But I got a Togepi, and as soon as I got Shining Pearl, I knew that I wanted Togekiss on my team. Togekiss learns so many great attacks, like Aura Sphere, Sky Attack, Air Slash, Serene Grace, like couple that with like the Grip Claw item, which increased the chance of hitting critical hits. And yeah, I love its design, and if I could like fly on the back of my Pokemon, Togekiss is either Togekiss or Salamence or Charizard, one of the legendaries. That would be so awesome. So, there you guys have it. Those are my top 5 favorite normal, flying, and electric types. Tomorrow, we're going to be covering my top 5 favorite ground, rock, and ice types. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your Fat Tuesday, and prayers for Ukraine. Stay beastly, guys. Have a nice day.